Hi everyone. So we are actually filming this one from Panama. This is our first time coming ever. So we are here for the 2 weeks that we talked about. If you missed those videos, we had to come for 2 weeks before to take care of some of our visa process stuff with the lawyers, and then we are going to. So that's going to take 2 weeks, and then we'll go back home for about a month and pack all the rest of our stuff up, and then come back down for who knows how long. So yeah, so here we are. I'll kind of show you a little bit of, we got to the hotel. So here is the view that we have. It's not the best. I mean, it's not of the ocean. I think the ocean is actually on the other side of these buildings, I think. That or it's on the other side. One of the two. So here is our beautiful view. Not a whole lot to look at. Lots of city skyscrapers and stuff like that. So I can kind of show you our room. It's really hot and muggy here, so show you our room. No. So Keel's here.
Hey, how's it going?
Just kind of showing the room a little bit. Here's Keel's workstation. Mine's over there. The bed, where all the magic happens. And then there's like a little couch kind of thing over here.
They don't want to hear that.
So yeah, so we're just gonna go check out the city now and just do some walking around. Gail really needs a beer, so we're gonna go find some beer.
It's been a day.
Find some Panama beer. So yeah, we'll see you a little bit later.
Sounds good.
So we are on our second full day in Panama, and yesterday we went through, we worked half the day, and then in the afternoon we went to meet with our lawyers, and then we went to open a bank account, because that's one of the things that you have to do for the Friendly Nations visa, is to prove that financial solvency that within the country. So that's what we had to do yesterday afternoon. And so let me go back and into the morning. That it was he's like laughing at me. I don't know why. So actually I know why. But so in the morning I woke up, and I have an addiction to coffee, and I wanted to go get some Starbucks, because of course there's a Starbucks here, and it's like a couple blocks away from the hotel. I know I didn't plan that. So I went down there, and it opens at 7, it said, which is kind of cutting it close because I start work at 7:30 in order to walk back to the hotel. And so I didn't get the coffee, because around here they really don't care about time all that much. It's more of a recommendation to open at the time you're supposed to open. So it was about 7:05 when I actually came back, and I'm sure they opened right after I left, because I heard someone inside counting the cash register. So on the way back, and it's always an experience walking around on the roads and stuff like that, and just in a different country, in a foreign city. But so came back and without my coffee, and so then when Gail got up, he went to go get me coffee. He's such a nice person. And so then we worked, and the internet was a little bit of an issue. It was a really big issue today for Gail. And well, actually for both of us. There was a thunderstorm today, and it kind of cut out the internet for a little bit. So we're kind of dealing with that. It's not ideal, but we're working around it as much as we can. So yesterday we did that, the banking information, and it took 3 hours, you say? A little over 3 hours, which I guess is really good for that process. There are some people that had to like literally take a lunch break in between the process because it took so long. So I don't know, what do you have to add to the process?
Practice your signature.
Yeah, practice your signature. I think I did it like 10 times. I don't know.
To match your passport.
Yeah, to match your passport, it has to match it exactly. And yeah, there's a few times that I'm just like, that doesn't look anything like it. I hope they take it, but I don't know. I think she had me fill out a few papers. I think she had me sign a few extra papers just in case they didn't take it. I don't know. Yeah.
But definitely get a lawyer if you're going to do this. Get a lawyer. Because doing it by yourself would completely suck. Especially if you don't know Spanish.
Yes. If you don't get a lawyer, definitely get an interpreter if you don't know Spanish, because it's huge help. And I kind of knew coming down here that it would be a little difficult to the language barriers and stuff, but we're working through it and learning a lot, and gonna keep up with our Duolingo or whatever we decide to do when we go back home.
Yeah.
Maybe take and get some more practice for sure. So I don't know anything about the day. Oh, our bank, it was kind of weird. I was expecting, there's so many banks around here, I expected to go to one of those, but we went to the mall and there was a floor that had
Basically all banks and money transactions and
yeah, so it was a little weird. So
Western Union, things like that. Yeah. It was weird, but at least we got to see them all. Nothing different than what we have in the States.
Yeah, there's so many similar stores and food places that I felt like I was in the States at the mall.
We found a cool food place yesterday, though. The place we ate.
Yeah.
That was pretty neat. Really good burgers. They didn't have any chicken. They had a lot of chicken on the menu, but they didn't have any that you could order.
Yeah.
That was a little weird, but it was a pretty neat place.
Anything else about yesterday
That was pretty much all we did.
At night we checked out the pool in the hotel, that area. The geckos, we saw 2 of them. And the reason I mention it is because the one we saw up by the pool area, and then the other one we were just walking along the street and I saw one. And usually if I see something slither across the street or on the side of a building, it's either like a snake or a spider. So of course I'm gonna freak out and jump. So of course I jumped both times. So I did take a picture, so I'll throw a little picture up there, and yeah, if you see it now. So yeah, anything else about yesterday that was different?
Nope. Pretty much work.
Okay.
Go to the bank and go eat.
Yeah, so that's what we kind of plan on doing now, is just going to find something to eat. And
Oh yeah, one really weird thing is the sun sets at like 6:30, 6:45, so it's like dark at 7. That's odd. But it's also really nice out, so it's like you don't mind being outside.
yeah, it does get a little bit cooler. And we did hear that Panama City is a little bit hotter than where we plan on going, so that's good because it's really hot here. And especially you have to wear masks. It's actually a mandate and it's a law now in Panama right now. So yeah, you have to wear your mask everywhere, even on the streets when you're walking on the sidewalks. And well, the sidewalks that they have, there really aren't any sidewalks. There are sidewalks, and then all of a sudden there won't be a sidewalk, and so
That's a little weird.
it's a little different.
It's an experience. It's cool.
Yeah. So we're gonna go get something to eat. Talk to you later. So we are back from immigration, and so it's dark because I'm going down some stairs in the hotel. But the process to immigration didn't take actually all that long, but it actually took like maybe 10 minutes. But the whole waiting for them to call your number took forever. So the process didn't take all that long, but we waited. We got there at like 11:30, and then what time I think we walked out of there about 3-ish. So we had to wait that whole time for them to actually call our number. They closed at 3, so that was good that we got it all done before then. So we are gonna go to supper to celebrate because we got our temporary cards today as well. So that's awesome. So it's until tomorrow, possibly. Talk to you later. Hey, so last time I talked a little bit about the immigration process. And after that, we had to give the lawyers back our passports. So we got to, the whole time we're here, we actually got to hold on to our passports for about 4 or 5 hours or so. So that was exciting. So then we had give it back to them so that they can get a multi-entry stamp placed into the passport. So with our temporary visa, we can come and go into the country as much as we want. So that's what that is for. So then we actually got those back today, and we picked them up about, I think they called about, it was a little after 4 that they let us know that that they had them completed. So it was kind of scary because our flight is tomorrow morning. And then we also had to go and we had to figure out how to do another COVID test to get back into the States. So it reached out, well, it didn't really reach out, but there's a lot of chatter on Facebook about within some of those Facebook groups that we belong to. They mention a guy named Mike Kelly who does the testing. Well, him and his team do the testing. And then, so I reached out to him and got his WhatsApp number and just reached out to him via text and gave all our information. And we went today at our lunch hour and got it done, came back and worked some more, and then after work went and got our passports. So we are good to come back into the States. Hopefully our plane isn't delayed or anything like that. The trip overall was stressful but good. Just making sure that everything was taken care of within our time frame that we were here for, and we didn't have to extend the trip. This trip was definitely unexpected, so we have less than a month, I would say, to get rid of all the rest of our stuff and come back into Panama. And another thing about that, when we got back from immigration after getting our temporary resident visas, I got a message from the lady that we were getting the Airbnb through for when we come back in September, and she had canceled our reservation for September through November. So we were like, what? With every good news comes bad news. So we that whole night we actually looked online, Airbnb, Verbo, house sitting. I think I got Gail talked into house sitting, so that will be exciting. We'll see how that goes. We aren't actually doing a house sit yet, but gonna definitely look more into it. some of the places that I have seen are a little more remote places, so we'll see how we like the Coronado area first. So after looking for a while, we talked to a few people. Gail mentioned a few people on our Facebook groups, and he one of the people actually said that they will reach out to the manager of the condo towers that we were going to stay in and see if they had any availability. So, and there was another person that said on Verbo that she had an availability, or she had a condo for rent. But then I did reach out this morning or late last night to the person that we were going to rent from, but canceled, and letting her know that we just received our temporary visa and we are wanting Panama as our home. And she said that she canceled it because of COVID reasons. And she's been hearing a little bit about, the surge going down in the southern states, because I want to say she's actually living in California. I'm trying to get hold of this phone. So she was a little concerned about that, and that was the reason why she canceled. So we're gonna try, and she let us rebook it, and so hopefully we come down and we can actually get back into Panama in another month. So that's now I'm actually kind of worried about it. If we'll get back into the country. So a few things about the country. I'm not gonna miss. Gail and I actually just talked about it. We're not gonna miss wearing the masks, even though with the new surge coming on, our county will probably be having the mask mandate again. Who knows? But hopefully not to deal without that for a while. But the car honking, won't miss that. I'll miss the nicer weather, but I hear that it's actually super hot in Minnesota, where we're from right now. So probably won't miss that because it's going to be hot there. And usually the first week in August, it's usually really hot. So next weekend, or I guess next weekend, because today's Friday, we are going camping with my family. So hopefully the weather is nice and it won't be too hot, because we will be in a tent. So I'm hoping to get this video out before then, so hopefully next week sometime. However, this next month is going to be super busy with getting everything sold and packed up in order to move, and what we want to keep and what we don't want to keep, and which is mostly not wanting to keep, but we'll see on how all that goes. So I hope to get at least one more video out before we come back to Panama. So until then, talk to you later. Bye.